This is how I blew up on social media in 1 year. Okay, I'm going to run down how I blew up in social media on 1 year. Back in 2024, the end of 2024, I started to think that maybe I wanted to become a streamer. Maybe I wanted to start posting on TikTok, all of these different things, right? And I started doing some research. I wanted to do some research on it. So I started researching, right? And I started researching how to how to grow on TikTok, how to grow on Twitch, how to grow on YouTube, all of these different things, right? And I got a lot of people like Reddit posts about people talking about I've been posting, consistently for 3 years. I've been posting consistently for 5 years, and I get 300 views on my posts. And I was like, wow, okay, that's what I don't want to be. That was my number one thing when went into social media. Was like, I don't want to be that guy that just never adapts or never tries to do anything different because they're so set on the mindset of the content that I'm putting out is good, right? And so I adapted a mindset very early on that good good content gets views and bad content gets no views, right? And just like I'm not married to my content. If I put out content and it gets bad views, okay, then the content was bad. I need to change something about it, right? And I need to grind somewhere else. I need to change something and figure something out, but never be the person that's like oh, I put out content but it gets no views, but I know it's good though. I put out good content because I spend 5 hours editing. So I know it's good because I spent all this time editing. Listen, effort, lots of effort, 5 hours of editing doesn't mean that it was edited well. It just means that you spent a lot of time editing it, right? Like it doesn't mean that you actually made it like good. You just spent a lot of time on it. Effort doesn't mean quality, right? And you know, so I just didn't want to be that type of person, right? So I honed it on this mindset, and I also knew that I wanted to post every single day. If I was gonna do it, I was gonna post every single day, right? And so that is where I started. That's where I started, right? So this is my TikTok page that I grew. I started it on January 1st, 2025, and this is the stuff that I was posting back then when I started posting on TikTok, right? I was posting Marvel Rival stuff. I ended up starting to post like Hollow Knight. I started playing Hollow Knight, but like these are getting no views. And there's a lot of people that might look at this and be like, "Oh my gosh, I know that I'm making good content, but I'm getting no views. So why am I getting no views? Like I must be shadow banned or the algorithm, right? Something that Mr. Beast always says is that replace the word algorithm in your vocabulary with the word people, right? It's not that the algorithm doesn't like your content. It's that the people that are watching it don't like your content, right? All of these videos got 400 views, right? This video got 400 views and 14 likes.
You can
That's
tell
terrible,
a
right?
good
It's just terrible, right? At 400 views, I should be at 40 likes or 50 likes or 60 likes in order to push it out to more people, right? You can't get 10 likes and 400 views and expect it to actually go anywhere. But I stayed true. I kept posting. I kept posting. I kept posting. I kept posting. And as you see um, on my YouTube channel, I was also posting every day as well, right? And I was still posting, and I was posting these Marvel Rivals videos, and I started posting Hollow Knight videos, and then I started getting into Monster Hunter. I'll get into that in a little bit. But the very first post that I ever had blow up was this post right here. I originally posted this video on a different account, and it got something like 5 million views. It blew up so much, and people hated me so much that they spam reported me. Um, they spam reported me so much that the my account got flagged because it was a brand new account and it was also getting spam reported. But basically, it was a rage bait video. Where I was playing a DPS character in Marvel Rivals, and I was refusing to heal my teammate. We can actually watch it.
that person's being in for healing, not just. That's not what I play.
Right? It was basically I was playing a healer, but I was playing them DPS only, and they were asking for heals, and I was refusing to, and it got so many views, it got so much hate. I actually that account, the original account, got reported so much that I actually had to switch to a new account, which is this one. But I did post it on this one, and it even did pretty well on here. It got 500,000 views on my very first post, and then as you see here again, I was doing it again. It got 100,000 posts. But if you look at these other ones, right, these other ones aren't good, right? They're getting a couple thousand and a couple hundred, but realistically, these videos aren't good, right? And so why was these two videos good and these other ones not good? I think that this video is good because it is rage bait, right? And same thing with this one. This one's also rage bait. It's engagement bait. It gets people to comment and to start arguing in your comments, which then pushes your videos out, right? So after I did that, I started to get into this Monster Hunter phase, right? And I did a lot of Monster Hunter stuff. This was right before the newest Monster Hunter game came out, and I was pumping out guides for all of the weapons, builds for all of the weapons. I was doing speed runs for all the weapons. Not speed runs for all the weapons, but I was doing speed runs for the weapon that I played. And I was starting to even make some content on here, right? This one got 2,000 likes. I don't know how many plays it got, but this is, you know, I was just kind of doing discussions about Monster Hunter, which, you know, they still weren't really doing too well. If we scroll down, we could maybe find some, but as you can see, they're starting to get a couple thousand, maybe a couple hundred on them, but they're really still not doing too well. I had a couple that did pretty well, like this one got 800K, but it was because I was offering a fix to one of the main problems within the game, right? And so that's why it did so well, because I was offering basically a fix to a very big problem in the game. But as you can see, all of these are not really doing any well, except for maybe this one. And the virality of these videos are very just spotty, I would say, right? I didn't know why they were going viral, and I didn't know why they weren't going viral. I was just kind of posting sloppy, bad videos. And then I made this video, which is like a skit video for Monster Hunter. And this was my first video that did really, really well. And this was a video that I actually took inspiration from the style of content that like Tony Stadovchi does, the TikToker, the guy that does skits. And I wanted to do something like this. And this one got over 1 million views, got over 100,000 likes on it. And this one really did well. And so then I tried to replicate that with some other videos, because I was like, okay, so that did really well. Let me try to remake that. And so I made it, and it kind of worked, but it also kind of didn't. I remember really struggling to emulate that style of video in other aspects, not only in other aspects of like Monster Hunter, but other aspects of like different games and like just different skits in general. I was really struggling, and I could just never really find it. And so around the time, so this kind of format of me posting just tons and tons every single day kind of kept going for until about June. And then around June, I had told myself back before I even started that if I don't have any traction by 6 months on social media, I'm going to quit and I'm just going to stop, right? But then by the time June came around, I was convinced I could blow up, even though I didn't have any traction, right? I was convinced after having done it, I could figure it out. And so I kept going. But I told myself, I was like, I can't keep doing what I've been doing for the last 6 months because they just really haven't been working, right? Like I can't just keep doing the same thing that hasn't been working and then hoping that it's going to eventually just work like suddenly. So I completely changed it. I scrapped all of the gaming videos. I scrapped all the skits and all of this stuff. And I started doing videos like this, basically just talking head videos, right? I started doing this. This is one of my very first videos, as you can see, on June 7th. And it's, could you get 90% on a 4th grade math test?
4th grade math test where if you get 90% on it, you get $100,000, but if you don't get 90%, you die.
And this video has 6 million views, right? This video has 6 million views, 500,000 likes, this video absolutely banged. And is when this video banged, I was dead ass like, oh my God, I'm in. Like, I figured it out. And I started cranking these videos out. I was posting 10 or 11 talking head videos like this a day, just over and over and over and over and over, right? And then all of a sudden I saw something all of a sudden of a guy talking about how he likes to rage bait people. And I was like, man, that's such a good idea. And so then I took it, right? And I made it my own, right? You never want to copy and paste other people's ideas. You want to copy with taste, right? Or that's what Mr. Beast says. He says to copy with taste. Ludwig says to the yoink and twist method, right? You take it, but you kind of twist it to your own way, right? And I started making these new rage bait tactic videos, right? And here's one with over 6 million views and 500,000 likes on it as well.
With a bunch of facts, a bunch of sources, and you're like, yeah, I mean, allegedly, according to them, right?
Right.
Like, I suppose.
And these videos blew up so much that I even had Quite, who is a YouTuber with 2 million views, make an entire video about me. An entire 14-minute video about my content and what I was doing and everything else, right? And it was just an absolutely crazy video. I remember watching this video and being blown away that a YouTuber of this size had not only seen my content, but thought that my content was worth making his own video about. And I was genuinely like, oh my God, like I can really do something with this, right? And another big one that was taking off around the same time was my lingos that I was making. And here's a really big one. Yardy, this is my favorite lingo. Yardy was a lingo that I had made back in probably 2019, 2020 with my friends while we were playing League of Legends, and we had been saying it forever, right? And then so like whenever I started doing the lingo, I was like, maybe I can just like start talking, a lingo. I think really what catapulted these videos was that in my other videos I talk, kind of odd a little bit, right? I use a lot of weird words in my everyday vocabulary, and so I think people started noticing it and being like, oh my gosh, what the fuck did you say? Like you're saying like X, Y, and Z. And so I was like, maybe I can just make a video about those words that I say that people find odd. And so this is how like this video lingo like Yardy came about.
Yardy. It stands for you already know, but then I shortened it down to Yardy know, and now it's just Yardy. I like to use this in the place of yes whenever I'm being...
Right, so just a fun little video. I'm sure people have seen it. If you haven't, then this is it. Again, this one, 7 million views, 700,000 likes, right? Just absolutely banged so much that we even have a clip of Ludwig talking about it right now. Now, this is big for me because Ludwig is my favorite YouTuber and my favorite creator, and a creator that I take or try to take the most inspiration from when it comes to the type of content he makes, and also like the way that he approaches the stream and like YouTube content like system or relationship together. I think that he does it one of the best, and this is him actually talking about the word.
Yeah, those.
That's
Yardy?
common. What's that?
You already know. We're about to get to...
See, and this was like a really big, like a legitimately, like it made me proud inside of me because this had happened, right? And this video or this word that I had made had kind of popped off so much. Now, what comes up, listen, what comes up must always come down, right? And this is people will, if you go in my comments or you go into any creator's comments, it is filled with people saying, oh, you fell off, you fell off, you fell off. Listen, every single creator falls off. If you are an aspiring creator or someone that is on an uptick right now with your views, just know you will fall off. No creator just goes up forever and never sees a drop in views. It's impossible, right? It's just not how it works, right? So just know that a regular path in creator in viewership is a roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down. You will fall with the trends that you ride, and you will also rise with the new trends that you create and you jump on top of, right? And you can see it in my videos. And around this time, I had made so many lingo videos and so many rage bait videos. I mean, again, I was making probably like 10 to 15 videos every single day. And, you know, I think that there was just eventually I went to the well one too many times with those videos that I just didn't have any more ideas for them. And then I started to struggle with the ideas that I had for my daily videos, and you could definitely see it in the TikTok viewership that I was getting. My videos started to fall off. My viewers started to go down because my ideas weren't there. And why are ideas so important? Well, if you study YouTube at all, which I've put a lot of time in, and if you're an aspiring creator, I think that you should as well. But something that they talk about in YouTube is that the most important part of a YouTube video is obviously getting the click, right? And how do you get the click? Is you get the click through the thumbnail and the title, right? And so the thumbnail and the title is technically the most important part. But the way that you get the best thumbnails and the best titles is through the best ideas. And that's the truth on something like short form, even probably bigger, right? Because there is no click when short form, there's a scroll, right? And so if your video isn't good enough to hook the viewer within that first half a second before they swipe again, then the video it's not gonna do well. So the ideas are so important. And when you're pumping out 10, 15 videos a day, it's very difficult to come up with 15, high quality ideas a day for short form videos. And so I really struggled for a little while until I randomly stumbled upon doing the world's fastest 6-7. And I didn't even really mean to do this. I actually made this second account for a completely different purpose, right? I wanted this second account to be something completely different than what it ended up being, and I was just posting videos on it to just grow it in following so that I could do what I wanted to with it. And I woke up one day with this video right here with just 15 million views all of a sudden.
3, 4, 5.
And it's just me doing the world's fastest 6-7. And I was like, wow, that video did so well. I've got to just do more, right? And so I did all of the 6-7s I could. I did so many 6-7s. I did reverse 6-7s. I did 6-7s with a 9-to-5. I even 6-7'd for 67 minutes straight. I even said 6-7 67,000 times. All right? And it was just unbelievable, right? I couldn't even believe it. I 6-7 so much that Quite made another video with me in it.
Doing like some of the most insane cardio I've ever seen because of this shit. Like this dude hit the world's fastest 6-7, but he almost passes out. And the type of muscle movement he's doing is the same shit you need.
Right? And it was crazy. But the reason I stopped doing the 6-7 was because I thought to myself, where does the 6-7 go, right? Where does the 6-7 go? Because I always try to think about what can I do with my content in the future, And I just didn't think that the 6-7 went anywhere, because as soon as the meme or the joke of 6-7 goes away, then these videos are kind of obsolete. And I didn't really know how to transition this page into anything more than kind of that, right? So I just axed it completely and just stopped doing it, because I really didn't think that it was fun anymore. I really didn't think there was a lot of purpose to keep doing it. I even got Joe to do the world's fastest 6-7.
Oh my god, I said I was going to do the fast 6-7 challenge because I got nominated for it. All right. We're going to do it real quick. I don't think I'll be that fast. I have to, though. 1, 2, I think he counted. 3, 4, 5. 6, 7.
Right, W. And now we come into this new era that I'm in, and this is the day in the life of the 26-year-old stay-at-home son, right? This video right here on Instagram has 40 million views currently, 1.3 million likes, and it's basically just a video that I saw from another creator about him. He was videoing himself like at his 9 to 5, basically. It was like a day in the life at my 9 to 5, and he kind of did this, and I was like, that's kind of funny. What if I did it as I stay at home and I don't work type of thing? Like basically just the polar opposite of it. Would I get any views? And they banged, right? It did really well. Again, another example of a copy with taste, or the yoink and twist that I talked about earlier. Now, again, I'm not the biggest creator, of course, obviously, right? I've got 300,000, followers on one account, 150,000 on another account, 150,000 on my Instagram account. I'm not the biggest creator, right? But really, if you think about it, I've only been growing these accounts for about 6 months, right? I know that I've been posting for a year, right? But it took me 6 months to even get any type of traction, right? In June, when I swapped my content over to this talking head style content, I actually went from 200 followers to 200,000 followers in the month of June alone, right? So I've really only been growing for about 6 months, even though I've been posting for a full year. And why am I even going over all of this is because what I want people to take away from this is that if you're trying to be a creator, it is so important, one, to not quit, right? Imagine how easy it would have been, and imagine how many people quit during this era when you're posting 5 times a day and you're not getting any views on any of your videos. How easy is it to post and just be like, it's not for me, right? And it's the most important thing to just not quit. And the second most important thing is be willing to look inward and just say, hey, my content fucking sucks, right? The content that I'm putting out is just not good. And it's okay to pivot, right? It's okay to pivot and try something else, right? I pivoted to this talking head content, and then I pivoted to doing the Fast 6-7, and then I pivoted now to a day in the lifestyle type of content. And your ability to adapt and to pivot to different styles of content and to different trends is one of your greatest assets when you're trying to be a creator. You never want to be the creator that sticks to one style of content or one trend and they just ride it all the way down until it's fucking under the sea, because it doesn't really make any sense, right? And that's one of the reasons why I jumped off the 6-7 boat, is because I didn't want to be that creator that was still doing the Fast 6-7 and getting 5,000 views because I was posting one every single day for 9 months straight. It just didn't really make much sense in my opinion, right? And I would say that if I was going to give advice to anybody that wanted to blow up on social media, is one, post every day, right? Post every day. It's not difficult to post, right? There's a lot of people that will say like, oh, I need to edit for 3 hours for my TikTok videos. And it's like, no, you don't. Okay. Because what are you editing? I've never edited any of my videos. I don't edit any of my videos, not one damn time, right? I change my voice and that's really it. I don't edit them at all. If I make a mistake, I don't do second cuts, right? If I stutter or stumble over my words, I don't take a second cut. You know why? Because those are the types of things that make videos go viral, especially in short form, right? Because that gives people something to talk about in the comments. And so if I was going to give you advice, it would be to post every day, right? You don't need a niche. People will talk about, oh, you need a niche, you need something like that. I would say that your niche in short form especially is the type of video that you're going to do. Are you going to do get ready with me's? Are you going to do talking head style videos? Are you going to do skits? That's your niche. Your niche doesn't really need to be finance or gaming or anything like that, right? Really, in short form, your niche is your personality overall, right? It's you. You are the niche, and you deliver yourself as the niche to your audience in whatever types of video formats that you make, right? And that can develop and that can change over time as you adapt to different trends, right? But I don't think you really need to set on one niche. There's a lot of creators out there that are like, well, I only make videos about makeup, or I only make videos about, taxes. And it's like, why, right? If you're trying to sell a course or you're trying to sell services, I understand that. But if you're not trying to do that and you're trying to become a creator that ventures out into other platforms like an Instagram or a Twitch or a YouTube, you need to be the niche and you need to be the personality that you're selling to your audience, right? Not this niche category that you're trying to make all your videos about. Another thing that I want to stress, right, is just not just the posting every day, but also being able to adapt to different things. Being able to see a trend or see a video and say, I can yoink and twist that, right? I can copy with taste that types of video. That's how I've had all of my videos and all of the trends that I've been able to hop on have been able to blow up off, is because I've looked at what other people did and I said, that's a really good idea. I can adapt that to myself and I can go do that, right? In social media and in creating in general, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. There's no point, right? Because there is no originality on the internet. There just simply isn't. There's just no originality in the big year 2026. Everybody has made everything at this point, right? You're going to copy someone. So why not take ideas that you genuinely fuck with, change it and adapt it to your own style, and then go make that? But I think that I would say that, if you're going to leave this and take anything away is honestly go try and post on social media and really try, right? Don't post a couple of times and be like, oh, I was consistent. I posted 5 times this week and I got no views. It's like, no, go post every single day for 365 days and go figure it out. Right? So many people want to be like, well, how do I blow up? And it's like, bro, I don't know how you blow up genuinely, right? Like, I can't tell you what to post to blow up or what to post and make it. But what I can tell you is I can tell you what I did, right? And what I did is I posted every single day for 6 months with 0 followers. And then I figured it out, right? And I've been able to kind of figure it out ever since then, right? And people only see this video and they're like, oh, he blew up because of this. But nobody sees these videos, right? Nobody sees this work that I was putting in that nobody thinks. They think, oh, you went viral one time, but nobody sees the 6 months that you grind and you put in, right? And this is what's important. This is what makes you a good creator, or not even a good creator, but this is what's going to make you a creator in general, is being able to do this and not quit. If you can go post for 6 months straight, or you can go post for 3 months straight and get 0 views on every single video and still enjoy it and still want to do it the next day, you're going to make it in content, because content is 90% research and 90% just figuring it the fuck out kind of thing, right? It's just an everyday, how can I adapt? How can I improve? How can I change what I'm doing in order to just fucking make it work, And I think that that's the biggest indicator of if you're going to succeed or not, is if you're able to do this and also still feel like I want to keep going,